Make sure that's muted. All right, Frank, our voices are up, but not our faces yet. And we're going to click on that right there. What's up, man?
Not much.
Oh, boy. I got to turn that down.
The joys of working with new software.
Right. Yeah. It's all good with the screen share and everything. So what is up? How you been?
Not much. I'm doing all right.
Good.
Lucky that I'm here. Well,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Lucky that we're both here, right?
Yeah. Well, to pivot off of Josh's stream, was that last Saturday or the Saturday before with the emergency radio?
Oh, where Kevin was on there and he was like not in an accident, but he stumbled upon an accident while he was driving home to join the stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the whole topic of the theme, ham radio emergency communications.
Right. Yeah.
Both the volunteer groups I work with were trying to get me out to go down and help with the hurricane down there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the search and rescue group is doing a pre-deployment, and
the SAR team, TechSAR, or what is TechSAR?
Search and Rescue.
Yeah.
And then the Tarrant County Races groups for the hotels that they are busing the evacuees into, they are asking for radio operators to help with that.
Now, I think I must have followed. You know, I get notifications from them still, but I haven't re-upped my Skywarn in like 2 years. So but I still get text messages from them saying, "Hey, join the net tonight." But I didn't get that message. I was wondering about that earlier. I was like, I wonder if they're doing anything. But
yeah, they sent it to me. Has your subscription or your ID card lapsed for Races?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to renew the Skywarn every couple of years. I think it's good for 2 years, and I haven't done that in like mine expired 2 years ago. So I've been out of,
Well, they kind of went a little lax on the Skywarn.
They did.
The COVID stuff started.
Well.
Yeah,
that's that. Yeah, that could
be.
There
was a virtual virtual National Weather Service presentation that you could attend and submit your certificate afterwards to them, and they will accept that. But I don't know what they're going to do with memberships renewals yet. They usually do, every year a new membership and a renew membership class, and that I don't know what's going on that front yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I got to follow up on that. It's just like everything else. I've just got to, take time to do it.
Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, though. Like 30 minutes ago, I'm sitting there coding away, working.
Yeah.
Book. Stream today, right?
Stream today.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me go set up everything.
Right. Yeah. I'm eating Buffalo Wild Wings, leftover Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, right.
I got these a couple days ago. They've been in the fridge, so I heated them up about 40 minutes ago, and it's all good. So, hey, guys, Ham Radio 2.0 Lunchtime live stream. This is a free-for-all. We are going to talk today about the hurricane, Hurricane Laura, that's coming in from the Gulf up towards Louisiana, New Orleans area. Going to hit kind of the eastern part of Texas, and the path has changed a couple times. So I drove down I left my house in Galveston. I left my house in Grapevine yesterday morning about 6:30 a.m. and I got home in Grapevine last night about 8 p.m.
Ooh.
And I drove to Galveston, which was an easy drive. There was no trouble getting down there. About an hour after I left, my wife texted me and she said, "Hey, the mayor of Galveston just issued an evacuation order, so everybody has to vamoose the island." Now, there's no way they can really enforce that. Like, they can't tell people you have to leave if your home is down there. There's some legal stipulations around that, but it's kind of like well, we told you to leave, so now you can't sue the city. It's like a CYA thing, right? Which I don't blame them for doing that. That's all good. But I got down there and there was still plenty of people. There was a mass exodus leaving the island. Looked like the Sunday afternoon of a holiday weekend. Which you see that a lot down there because a lot of weekender or a lot of holiday weekenders down there. And it was but there was a lot of people down there still also. There's people that live down there. There was a lot of businesses boarded up. When you exit off of 45, 45 ceases to become an interstate and turns into a street called Broadway. You take exit 1A, which is where 45 starts and goes north all the way to Dallas. And you take that exit, you turn right on 61st Street, and there's a T-Mobile store that's right there next to a Hooters. And the T-Mobile was boarded up. They had boards around the windows, and there was 2 or 3 other restaurants in town that had boards around the windows. I actually recorded a video of myself standing on the deck after I boarded up my own house. So I'm going to post that later. But I drove down there, boarded. I took boards and put them around my windows because we don't have the automatic hurricane shutters that are electric and just rolled up and down in front of the windows yet. When we bought the house, it didn't have that. We haven't invested in that yet. It's kind of expensive. But I drove down there, put all that up, took all my outside patio furniture from the upper deck and underneath the house and stuffed it all in the garage. I stuffed some of it in the house, locked up everything real tight, and then headed back. And that was all easy. The challenge started when I started heading back, because I tell you what, man, everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, there were a lot of people that just got out on the road yesterday and decided, hey, let's just have an auto accident. I bet I've had 5 or 6 accidents going home. I'm like, man, people slow down, for crying out loud. The traffic. I mean, there was a lot of traffic, but I'm like, there's not enough traffic out here to justify 6 accidents between Galveston and the DFW area yesterday. But I'm like, golly, that was hopefully nobody was injured. I don't know, but it sure did mess up traffic a lot in different places.
Well, I was driving back from Houston, San Antonio, coming northward in Texas on the major freeways. You always see those hurricane signs of this is a hurricane evacuation route. Yeah. How does that actually change in a evacuation when they're
I saw no changes yesterday.
No changes?
No.
Okay. I just always wondered what those signs really did, or there are special rules, or we can open up both sides of the freeway for traffic going north in this instance. I
suppose in a situation that warranted it, that was bad enough to warrant it, they probably could do that. During Hurricane Ike, which happened several years ago in Galveston. Let me finish chewing this. Say something else.
All right. While you were doing that, I see a couple people to say hi to. We got Don in the house. That is W1FYG. Thank you for joining. Charlie, Kilo 4 Lemur November Romeo. Thank you for joining us today. And Peter from Sweden, SM4PEL.
And Augustus from Lithuania.
Ooh, Lithuania.
Got some DX in the house today. Thanks for joining us. So,
and
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say his call sign was LY3NFM.
Right. Narrow FM. So during Hurricane Ike, which happened a few years ago, I forget what year it was, 2008, I want to say. I don't remember if that's right or not. There, you can drive around and go into businesses on the island of Galveston, and there are markers. A lot of businesses put up markers and says this was the water level during Hurricane Ike. And like, I went and rented a chainsaw one time. I was out there last year sometime, and I went to this tool rental place and rented a chainsaw so I could do some tree trimming while I was there. and they had an Ike water line in their shop, one of those big, huge metal building shops with the 30-foot ceilings. They had an Ike water line. It was like 17 feet in the air. Crazy. So Ike just dumped all this bunch of water. So as far as I know, and there's probably been other instances, in recent years, the only time they've actually shut down the highway going south was during Hurricane Ike, because everything was freaking underwater. So I don't think that they've ever actually, the hurricane evacuation route, I did see this yesterday, when you're getting into kind of like the very southern tip of Dallas-Fort Worth, right about where 45 and 20 come together, there's a sign that says hurricane evacuation welcome center, or not welcome center, but check-in center or something like that. So I guess if you're without a place to go, if you've evacuated the island and you're without a place to go, you can go find, there's like a Red Cross shelter down there, I think. So you can get food and supplies and whatnot. So that's part of the reason for the evacuation signs, but part of the reason is just say, go this way, you know, this kind of thing. So, but it's crazy. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to bring up this screen real quick, because Hurricane Laura's path is right there. Now, yesterday, this is a projected.
So on the projected path, that's the projected path of the eye, and it's not showing the full reach of the hurricane arms on either side. So you could say probably another 100 miles outside of that. That's still an affected area.
Correct.
But not as hard.
Yeah. So it goes all the way up here. There's Little Rock. It's expected to turn northwest, just north of Little Rock. Who knows how far it'll go? I mean, it may fizzle out when it hits land. They're saying this one won't fizzle out when it hits land. It'll keep going, but it's going to go fast. Instead of like when Harvey hit a couple years ago, Harvey hit land and it stopped, and then it did this circle around Houston.
And that's why it was so bad in Harvey.
Right, because it kept dumping all the rain and wind down there. So I don't know how they determine, oh yeah, this one will keep going, this one won't. I don't know how. It's a lot of it's guesswork based on scientific evidence, of course, but you know, that's why the
models.
Right. That's why the projected path keeps changing. But right now,
I want to point out, Don says Frank is correct. I just have to say that.
Oh, well, it's a sad world to live in where Frank is correct. So this right here, if you'll see, the projected path right here is somewhere up just south of Port Arthur. It was farther down. Like this is Galveston Bay right here. It was farther down, closer to the island. Can you see my mouse pointer on the screen? It was farther down around Galveston Bay, East Bay. It was farther down around here in Bolivar Peninsula. Yesterday when I drove down, that was the projected path. The very southern tip was going to cross Bolivar Peninsula. So it's moved a bit north, and my house is right here just north of Jamaica Beach. So we're pretty much out of the projected path. Again, it may hit landfall and go straight west. Who knows? I mean, you know, you can't predict it 100% with 100% accuracy, but we're going to get a lot of rain. I checked the forecast this morning for Galveston, and it told me it was chance of showers, hurricane watch, and a high of 93 today. It was clear blue, sunny skies out there yesterday. It looked like a normal day on the beach, except there was nobody on the beach. It looked like a normal day on the island. It was pretty.
I'm looking forward to see that video when you post.
Yeah, I'll post it.
That'd be kind of cool. Well, during COVID, when COVID just started, I created an Instagram account, and I was taking pictures of just all the cities and parks and municipal areas that were just deserted. And it's probably the same thing down there, and maybe a little more post-apocalyptical with all the boards.
Yeah. All right. KK6USY, Chuck, I made you a moderator. I noticed last night that you weren't a mod on my channel, and that I wasn't a mod on your channel either during our premieres last night, Monday Night Ham Radio. So I wanted to make you a mod. I see you in my chat, in my live chat, and I was like, oh, there he is. You click. So you're moderator now.
We also have William, a new member, joined. K5HWK.
Thank you for joining
and becoming a new member.
For sure. Well, did that post? Did I miss that?
Well, when I copied his name from there and put it on my little notes, it said he was a new member, not a current member. So I don't know how long that new member status hangs around. For example, Jim, He said, "Howdy from Williams, Texas, WA9JG."
Yeah.
When I got his name, it told me he's been a member for 2 months.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, that's why his little icon is yellow instead of green.
Yep.
So yeah, there's icons that differentiate that. To join membership on the YouTube channel, just click join. There's 3 different tiers. It's a monthly contribution to the channel, and you get early access to all the videos that I pre-post. Not the live streams, obviously, because the live streams are live, but you get early access to all my uploaded and posted videos. So all of my videos for Monday Night Ham Radio and Thursday Night Ham Radio, you get early access to. So like I have a G90 video that tomorrow for Thursday Night Ham Radio tomorrow is G90 night. There's 3 or 4 of us that are posting new G90 videos, and I'm posting a G90 video, a Zygu G90 video using a demonstration of how it meshes with the amp, and then another clip from the last POTA activation that I did using the G90 in its barefoot state 20 watts QRP. So that is that. So yeah, see there a KE4HZC just joined. Welcome to intro. Thank you for the support out there, buddy. Appreciate that. So yeah, G90 tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Ham Radio. Be watching all the various social media accounts. There will be a playlist put together with all the videos on KM9G's channel that he always creates a playlist and puts them in order. And if you just click on the first video on the playlist and just let it go, YouTube will automatically kick you to the next video when it's time. So really fun times there.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it works well. So I pulled up. There's a Brandmeister talk group for Hurricane Watch. It's talk group number 3199. I pulled it up, and I just hear a bunch of people keying it up and activating the talk group right now. There's not really much activity going on. Somebody threw their call sign out a minute ago.
A bunch of radio tests. I can't tell you how many members of my Texar group has reached out to me. Hey man, I heard you're the radio guy. I see you on Ham Radio 2.0. Can you help me program this radio?
That is awesome.
Yes. Hold on. Let me see the instructions. Some are ham, some aren't. Depending on if they are a ham or not is the version of the comb plug I give them. The ones that aren't hams are just locked down to the Texar frequencies.
Right.
And if there's a local guy, I will probably toss them my code plug with all the repeaters.
Okay, good. Well, if they're using, I don't know what radios they're using. If they're using the Anytone radio, that's a port 90 radio. Mm-hmm. So you can use it for ham and Texar frequencies, commercial bands.
Our official radio is the TYT MD390.
Okay.
And that's the one that the group has selected as our official radio.
Okay.
So I got code plugs for both of them.
Is it the dual band or the mono band?
Good question.
Okay.
I haven't looked into it that much. I don't have that radio. I like the Anytone much more. I do want to get the Plus though, the Bluetooth version. I don't got that one yet.
Oh, that's the any. Oh yeah. Okay, so I can work on that. I can work on getting that for you. So yeah, we'll do that. And does your nose start to itch every time you get on camera? Mine does.
Just you.
Weird.
Today is a little runny. It's just allergy. I'm sitting outside this morning.
Yeah. So yeah.
So how did you land the first time slot for the G90, introducing it to everybody?
Well, number one, I'm not sure that I've got the first time slot. I think that I'm not sure. Well, let me look at the schedule real quick. Sometimes I'm first and sometimes I'm not. Mm-hmm.
Jim says he loves his 878 Plus. I'll get one of those one day.
Oh, yeah. Right now I'm slotted the first time slot. So the way that Monday Night Ham Radio and Thursday Night Ham Radio both came about is at the beginning of 2020. I've been posting my new videos on Monday nights for like 2.5 years. Usually around 5 or 5:30 in the afternoon. I have a plugin that tells me when the audience, when I have the most watchers on my channel, what time of day, and it's usually between like 6 and 8 p.m. Central Time on weekdays. It varies on weekends. So I started posting my videos my new recorded, edited, and uploaded videos on Mondays like 2 years ago. And at the beginning of 2020, I decided I wanted to post not one video a week, but 2 videos a week. And I've actually expanded that since then. But every week for 2020, I have posted at least a new video on Mondays and Thursday nights. And I do Thursday. I just posted at 5:30 p.m. also, because again, during the week, that's the best time to post for my channel. But other channels may vary. So I don't know, like 2 or 3 months ago, I think it was the Smokin' Ape. I'm pretty sure it was the Smokin' Ape who came to me and said, dude, I want to do a premiere after yours on Monday. And I said, sure, go for it. Yeah, that's fine. So I did my premiere, and then he did one. And then I think it was, I don't remember if it was Kyle or if it was Good Game Ham Radio, but one of the other guys said, oh, what if we did a lineup? Like Jason goes, and then Ape goes, then I go. I said, sure, let's do it. So we did that the next week. And it just kind of morphed into something that we call Monday Night Ham Radio now, because there's no Monday Night Football. So it's like anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours of ham radio episodes every Monday night, usually starting about 5:30, which is when I premiere. Sometimes I'll go earlier. Sometimes like last week, Chris 2E0 UKH from the UK, he did a live stream starting at 3 o'clock, I think it was, Central Time. Somebody's sitting on their mics or being a jackass, whatever. Let's go. He started a live stream. He's like, hey, we're going to get on DMR. We're going to talk, and we're going to get on Fusion. We're just do some QSOs. That was kind of cool. And then he handed off to Callum, and Callum did an hour at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Callum did an hour of 80-meter QSOs. He just got on hit go on YouTube. He had himself up there. He had his M1MM logger and his Kenwood remote software, and he was just calling CQ on 80 meters for an hour, which was really fun. Awesome. It was that was fun. That was fun to watch. And Callum's got a really good. He's got a huge following on his live streams. Every time he goes live, people they dogpile him, and he's always got a really good audience on his live stream. So at the end of that, he signed off 2 or 3 minutes before 5:30, and then I went, and then a couple of the other guys went after me. And Smokin' Ape had something. Chuck from Ham Radio Adventures had something, and then we had a new guy, a new to our lineup, Red Summit RF, Red Summit HF. Anyway, Charlie out there, he called it Red Summit. I think it's Red Summit HF. He does a lot of soda videos. So he did a soda video of him walking up a mountain. I'm like, oh, this is cool, because now we've got digital stuff. We got a guy calling CQ on 80 meters. I did a release of a new radio. Chuck did how to install a certain antenna, mast, and whatnot. And then Smokin' Ape did a do-it-yourself 41 Ballon, I think it was. And then we got this guy walking up a mountain talking about summits on the air. And I'm like, man, this is just really cool. And then the night always ends with temporarily offline Steve KM9G. He does a Ham Nuggets live stream where he brings on a new guest and interviews them every Monday night. So that's kind of how it started. And we just kind of morphed it into something that's been really fun to do. And have a lot of, we got like several guys will get on there the first stream, and they'll just bounce back and forth in the chats, and they're just, okay, I made it. So it's really fun to do that. But yeah,
temporary offline stream interviews are very interesting. And you just polls. You don't even have to have a YouTube channel. Just have a camera phone and somewhere to put it for about an hour.
Right.
Let's be honest, he goes usually about 2 hours.
He usually goes about 2 hours, yeah.
And just talk of ham radio. And he has a list of questions of how you got interested in the hobby, what projects have you done in the past, and where you want to go. And a lot of that's very interesting. And then explore any side topics, any other hobbies that you have. It's not just limited to amateur radio. While you are
something about old DOS machines.
Oh, that's what they were talking yesterday. Yeah, old computers. They had I forgot his name, an old IBM guy.
Yeah.
There, yes,
Dave.
Monday.
Dave,
I think it was Dave.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the minute here and say hi to Brian from Tucson, Arizona, N3BW. Thank you for joining, and also Adam from Nashville, Tennessee. He's just an amateur radio enthusiast and doesn't have a call
Good.
sign.
Oh, well, need to fix that.
Hey, man, you can always just be interested in the technology. There's a lot of cool stuff.
You're welcome to watch as much YouTube as you want to as well. But yeah, getting your license moves you to the next step. No. So
he is studying to get his tech already, so he'll be with us one day.
Good. Let's see. Don says, did a quick look at the Zygu line. Nice choices between the G90, 5105, and G1M. All very well priced. Yes. And I've got all of those. I bought a G. They have another one called an X108G. I bought the G1 and X108G years ago and tinkered with them for a little bit and thought, well, maybe one day I'll do a QRP. I'll take them to Costa Rica, something. And I put them in a box and kind of forgot that I had them. And then I found an X105 an X5105 on eBay like a year ago, something like that. And it was a used one, of course, but it came with all this extra stuff and I bid on it. And I kind of forgot about that for 2 or 3 days. And I got this email saying I'd won. I'm like, cool. It was a good price. I thought I would get outbid. So I got that. And then the really nice folks out at MFJ sent me a G90. So, because they said, here, you do this and do some videos. I said, great. Yeah, that's great. So I've got all 4 of their HF QRP radios. 3 of them I bought. And I like them a lot. The firmware update on the X5105, it's supposed to open, which I haven't done yet, but it's supposed to open up all these tons of features and add all this really cool stuff to it. Mike, K8MRD, he uses the 5105 and the G90, and he likes the 5105 better, which is an older model, non-color screen, no waterfall. It's got an internal battery in it that you can't take out. But it's got a much bigger display than the G90. And it's only 10 watts instead of 20 watts. But he's like, man, with all the features that the new firmware adds to the 5105, I would rather have the 5105. I'm like, interesting. Okay. So I think they're all pretty solid, just depending on what you want to do. The G90 has been great. I really like using mine. I've used it on 2 POTA activations so far, but this one that premieres tomorrow is the first time I've ever recorded it on a POTA activation. But you'll see it on some more upcoming stuff as well. So really liking the G90, and the Zygu, Shigu, Shiju. People say it different ways. I don't know how to say it. It's spelled with an X for crying out loud. The xylophone radios.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So they're pretty darn solid for what they are. They're not going to be an Elecraft or and I'm talking about QRP stuff here. They're not going to be an Elecraft or an IC705 quality. I don't think. We haven't seen the IC705 yet. They're not. People will email me. It's like, okay, so should I get a G90 or a KX3? KX2, KX3. And I'm like, is price a factor? Are you looking at the G90 because of price? No. I just want the better radio. Get the Elecraft. Get the Elecraft. Hands down, better radio. You cannot beat an Elecraft for QRP work. Right now, in the here and now today, you can't beat an Elecraft. They're about $1,200 or $1,300, so they're a little bit more expensive. They don't have built-in sound cards, but neither do the Zygus. But the IC705 will. But if you're on a budget, get the there's nothing in the world wrong with the Zygu. I've been very happy with my Zygus. Several of the other guys on the YouTubers bunch have used their G90s or X5105s and really liked them. So nothing in the world wrong with those radios. Just, call a spade a spade. It's not going to be the quality of an Elecraft, but that doesn't mean it sucks either. It's a great radio, works really well. I get really good audio reports. So tomorrow night, Thursday Night Ham Radio, be sure and watch that stream when Steve, KM9G, puts that playlist up tomorrow morning. We'll all share it out on our YouTube community channels, Discord, Twitter, and all that. And be sure to watch that tomorrow night. You'll see 2 or 3 videos about the G90. So let's see. Yeah, Chuck says, I almost got the 5105, but went with a KX2.
Yeah, minimize.
Yeah,
minimize everything.
The KX2 is definitely going to be a better radio, but that does not, just because I say the Elecraft is a better radio, that does not mean I'm saying the Zygu sucks. Quite the opposite. The Zygu is a fantastic radio. It's just not the quality of an Elecraft. So that's the only thing I mean.
We have Strader, KE6JQT,
Cool.
says, awesome work. Keep up the great videos.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here today. Rob says when he hears the G90 5105s on the air, they sound a little bit muddy on single sideband. Might be the mic. You know, honestly, the microphone on the G90 and I think the 5105, I'd have to double check. The microphone on a G90 is an IC7000 mic. It's an Icon mic. I mean, it's not marked Icon, but it's the buttons and the layout and the format is exactly the same. I have not traded the mics between the G90 and the IC7000 to see if they'll work interchangeably or not. But like all the Yaesu mics, like the Yaesu, I think the 891 mic and I think the 991 mic will work on a flex radio. It's the same pin out, same microphone. Likewise, I believe the G90 mics are Icon mics. Again, the form factor is the same, but I haven't actually interchanged the plugs to see if they'll work everything between the two radios. But I'd be surprised if it was the mic, but you never know. I've not noticed muddy audio on sideband, Rob, but now that you've said that gives me something to listen for next time. Be interested to do some tinkering around with that. So let's see.
Well, while you YouTubers out there were playing with the G90 and getting ready for the review, did you have a chance to contact each other and see what that signal is or the audio coming out of it is?
No. We all kind of did our own thing at different times. I did speak to Mike K at MRD that night. The night after you left, Frank.
Yeah.
We got on 40 meters and 20 meters and made some QSOs that way. Just were tinkering around with different bands. But I was on my 7300 by that time. I'd gone back to full power, 100 watts by that time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. I'm just looking here for any. If you want to tell us where you're from, just let us know. Put your name and call sign in the chat and where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out. I cleared up my queue here, so I haven't seen any new ones.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, somebody came in from Twitch, kind of stuck between the Yaesu 891 and the G90. Miller Time 050 on Twitch. So if you are trying to decide between the 891 and the G90, my suggestion would be to go with the 891. And the reason I say that is because what are you going to do with the radio? If you're going to use it as a home base station or you're going to use it, I actually have a video I'm working on that talks about this. If you're going to use it as a home base station or mobile station, don't go with QRP. Okay. If you're going to use it, if you want to do QRP and you want to backpack with it and you want to take it out to parks and that's your focus for the radio, then fine. Yeah, G90 is great. But if you want to use it for a home base station, go with the 100 watts. Don't go with the QRP radio for a base station. You can get the G90 for a little bit less. Actually, the G90 and 891 they're about the same price. But you're talking about 891 does 100 watts and G90 does 20 watts. You say, well, I can add an amp to the G90. And yes, you can. But then you're talking about an extra expense where the 891 has all that stuff built into it. 891 also has a built-in sound card, so it's easier to do the digital modes. So there's that. Frank, I'm going to turn myself off for just 1 second.
All right. Well, hey, howdy. Welcome to the Frank Show. This is KG5AHJ, and I bet Jason's laughing now. I'm just going to say howdy to several people I saw in there. John, NJ4Z, thank you for joining us today. And we got Hen, I think I pronounced that right, from Georgia. And then Tony from Alabama, thank you for joining us.
Cool. Yeah, so
yeah, I'm watching the Hangouts chat.
The Hangouts.
The Frank Show. Yeah, I know. That'll be an awesome show, right? Anything and everything I'm interested in.
Yeah, right. Totally, yeah. Roger Schultz in the house. Thanks for joining us, Roger. JSS 67 2006 asks, what is your local Hurricane Laura risk? I talked about that at the beginning, but there's been a lot of people join us since then. So Hurricane Laura, I'm going to bring, I guess I'll bring this. Where did it go?
And Tony, yes, right here. I am drinking out of a Rudy's cup. Rudy's is awesome.
So Hurricane Laura is basically, this is a projected path. Don't forget. It's right there. And I'm about 5 hours north of Galveston. And I went down to my Galveston house yesterday, which was right here on the island. And I boarded up the windows in case of flying debris and, whatnot. And which is something common that people down there do. They have hurricane shutters or they put boards over their windows one way or the other. So I drove down there yesterday, but 5 hours to get down there, about 7 hours to get back with all the accidents I had to navigate around. But it's not going to be it. We might get some rain up here, but that's about it. It's going to be, if I didn't know a hurricane was down there, I would, and it started raining here today, it'd be like, oh, hey, it's raining. It's not going to.
I think what we're going to get off of it is just humidity. I don't think we're going to see any rain.
It smells like rain outside right now.
Well, the temperatures are going to rise, and we're just going to get more humid by the weekend.
You might be right. You might be right. I mean, that's very possible. But no, the risk, my risk, Frank's risk. Frank lives about 10 minutes from me. Our risk to the hurricane is not much. It's not going to come towards us, but the risk to our house at the island of Galveston, most likely there's going to be some flooding, and that's probably about it. So, but it's something we'll have to watch, and we'll have to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Yeah, Hen asked earlier, what is 4 meters? 4 meters is a UK band. They have 4 meters, which is around 70 megahertz instead of 6 meters. Some countries don't have access to 6 meters. They have 4 meters instead. I don't remember who's who on that, but yeah, we don't have privileges on 4 meters in the United States, so we can't get on 70 megahertz for amateur radio. But 4 meters is a 70 megahertz band in Europe. So let's see. 891 has a good 891 has a good DSP receive feature. Not sure how it stacks up with the DSP. 741 Rob mentioned the DSP for the 891. The 891 does have a digital signal processor than the G90 does for sure. The G90 has a decent attenuator and a good preamp. But as far as the DSP, I don't remember seeing a DSP on the G90. It might be in there. I didn't do a deep dive through all the menus, but you have the 891 does have a better digital signal processor. All right, so Nathan and Mike and Andy says, the UK has access to both 6 meters and 4. Some countries don't have access to 6 meters. Some HF radios I've seen that they'll include 4 meters instead of 6 meters. So I don't know exactly where all those lines are drawn. Most of the European stations don't have access to 220.
Mm-hmm.
So which is a VHF band.
220 is a great channel.
Yeah. And we don't have access to 70 to 40 meters. 4 meters, which is 70 megahertz in the United States. So I don't know where all those lines are drawn. The 705 will not have 4 meters. 705 will not have. I wonder if the Japanese version will. I wonder if the Japanese version will have 4 meters, because there's a UK version also. Well, I say there's a UK version. There's one that's been released in Japan. MLNS has pre-orders up, and they're in London, and then of course all the US companies have pre-orders up for the 705 right now as well. So
yes, Kevin, I misspoke there. I meant to say band, not channel.
Oh,
got called out on it.
Oh well.
And Kevin is KC3ONO.
Cool.
I saw you in there. I just haven't had a chance to say hello.
No, that's fine. So agoraphobic Adam says, I guess the Zygu is the Baofeng of HTs. Zygu is not an HT. I think you mean the Baofeng of HF radios. It is in the fact that it's the lowest price and Chinese radio in the HF world, in the HF QRP world. It is not the Baofeng of HF radios in that it's a much better quality than anything Baofeng ever dreamed about making. So now I don't say that to dog on Baofengs. Okay, go watch my best HT of 2020 video. I talk about Baofeng. Baofengs have their place. If you own a Baofeng,
great intro radio.
Yeah. Yes. Baofengs have their place. That's I'm just a big advocate of calling a spade a spade. That's it. So Zygus are built much, much better than anything Baofeng ever did. So they're the lower, lesser expensive, more economy, cheaper priced HF QRP rigs that are out there, but the quality on them is pretty darn good for what they are.
Don says the 705s do not have 4 meters.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so Martin said, okay, I find that odd that the European version wouldn't have 4 meters. Do you hear that?
Yes, I do.
Somebody called me from a number that's not in my phone, so delete. Have you guys been getting a bunch of spam calls?
Well, it's been more rampant the last few years.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that it.
My goodness, it's terrible.
Now the cell phone carriers pop up with that spoof message saying possible spam.
Yeah.
Every time I answer, yes, I'd like to order some spam, please. What? Yeah, the bacon spam. I saw that in the market the other day. I would love to have some.
Love to have some of that. Yep. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, goodness. You know what, Frank, I forgot my drink. I'm going to go in and get a glass of water. So I'm going to hand it off to you for just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So take over, buddy.
Frank show, the Tank Radio Show on the road, which is the new channel I'm kind of possibly maybe spitting up. We'll see. More in the future. I got to actually sit down and get everything recorded. It's more fun for me to appear on other people's streams. I don't have to do all the work then. So what's going on, y'all? How's it going in your amateur radio land? I'm just going to run out the queue I have stacked up here. KE4TLC, thank you for joining us today. Tyler from Illinois, thank you for joining us today. And your call sign is W9KTL. And last one, NP2Q from the Virgin Islands. Thank you for joining us. Do I get on 160 megahertz much? No, not really. I'm mostly just a UHF, VHF guy. I don't get on much HF, unfortunately, right now. I need to get a HF radio. Jason said he'll help me out when I'm ready, and I'm looking at that sometime first quarter of next year. Sometime soon, though, I am going to be putting up a UHF VHF antenna on my house to getting all the lines laid and conduits put down for when I get ready to do a HF radio station. Thinking about doing an inverted fan dipole on the fence line and then running that to the house. Let's see here.
I'm back.
Howdy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we need to do that. It'd be nice to do that before the weather gets too cold. So but sometime in the next couple of months so that you have something up that you can use during the winter this year.
Yep. Well, the starting out with doing that VHF antenna, I have a antenna that I got several of them. I got a car antenna, 2 meter 440 that we can put up, or the club built a J-pole antenna, which I can also put up on top of the house. The first quick and dirty one, I'm just going to put the mag mount antenna and get some of the conduits laid down. Once we can easily pivot from there and do what I want to do, the trailer swivel mount, bolt that to the side of the chimney, and then get about a 2-inch diameter pipe and screw that on there, and then you can lower and raise the mast or beam, so you can work on your antennas and put up the 2-meter 440 car or the J-pole antenna, probably the J-pole. Then also with the extra, like probably 6 feet I got, we can put up the mesh node that I have that's been laying around for a while.
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Get on that again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, for sure. That's great. W4JMC says you need to get a DX Commander.
Yes.
That's the story of my life. I have a DX Commander that's in the box and never been built. I am going to do that. I am going to build my DX Commander.
I just personally, I think a fan. I think you have one, a fan dipole.
Yeah.
Off center fan dipole, or
I wouldn't do it. No, you want, if you want a fan dipole, you probably want it for center fed fan dipole.
Yeah. And then do multiple lines for different frequencies.
Well, that's what the fan is. So one leg here for this band, one leg for this band, one. So yeah. Now the off center fed, Adam K6ARK the other day was talking about an off center fed 80 meter he has, and he's got this off center. He's showing the plans for where he built it, and he's got it'll do like 6 bands without a tuner. It'll do like 80, 40, 20, 17, no, 80, 20, 17, 10 and 6 or something like that. I can't remember, but he sent me, so I bookmarked. I've got the link bookmarked. So I'm like, man, I could build that because it's just off center fits. It's like 180, 160 or 180 foot of wire, and it's fed 1/3 into one leg. So you've got this 2/3 of it on this side and 1/3 of it on this side, and you hang the apex up a certain height, and it's like, yeah, you don't need a tuner on these bands, and I'm like, that's what I need, because that Yaesu 101 EE right there, I want to have an antenna on that thing while I have my hex beam on my flex or my ICOM over here, so that I can turn one on and off, but not be switching antennas back and forth all the time. And I don't currently have anything for 80 meters right now, so I want something for 80 meters that I can get on there. And there's Adam right there. 80, 40, 20, 17, 12, 6, and 10. Okay, that's like 7. See, 12 and having something for 12 and 17 would be fun, because then you can get on the work bands if there's a contest weekend, or it's just fun to work those bands. When 12 meters is up, it's a fun band to work. So, and 17 meters is often up. That's a great band as well. So, there's good game in the house.
WJ6F said he wished he has the room for a fan dipole and also no HOA to put it up.
Oh yeah. Well, if you have a G5 RV up, man, you should have room for a fan dipole, because you don't have to have any more room for a fan dipole. I mean, lengthwise, there's the camera. This direction. You don't have to have any more room for a fan dipole than you would a G5 RV. Height wise and lengthwise wouldn't. Now there's more legs of it coming off of it, but it's all still in one feed point, and you can have a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 band fan dipole. It wouldn't take up really any more room.
And the ape showed up.
Oh, Smoking Ape.
Yep.
I was just talking about him. So Adam says, I still really want to build a 160 meter horizontal loop. Yes. We could do that. We could build one of those, take it out to the deer lease. We got about 175 acres out in my hunting lease, and we could definitely put up a 160 meter loop out there. That'd be fun. Oh,
to get that power pole installed, then we could do it remotely.
I was just thinking about that driving home yesterday from Galveston. I was thinking about all the stuff I need to do up there, because I need to go out there this weekend, and I need to take my trailer back out there, and I need to start doing some stuff with the deer, with the game feeders out there. And I was like, you know what? I need to follow up with the power company and talk to them about getting that done as well. So I got a lot of stuff to do between now and when supposedly if we, depending on what the hurricane does, my wife and I have had plans to go down to Galveston a week from today. We'll go down there because we go down there every Labor Day. We usually spend the weekend. We usually spend a few days before and a few days after Labor Day down there. especially now that we got our own place that we can reserve. So we were supposed to go down a week from today and stay basically for like 10 or 11 nights until it's 2 Sundays later. So like Wednesday to not the first Sunday, but the second Sunday. Depending on what happens with the hurricane, we'll probably go down there at some point. Hopefully our plans won't change. I think this hurricane mess will probably be over by then. We'll see. Hopefully it won't.
The floodwaters will recede by then.
Yeah. And it depends on how badly it floods and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. So, but once I get back from that, I'll be able to do some more stuff down. I'll probably tackle that power pole issue at their electric pole issue at the Deerleys at that time. So, by the way, now that I bring that up, so a week from today, we're going to be driving to Galveston, presumably, unless the weather changes our plans. And the following week, I have an online course I'm going to be taking about YouTube stuff. So this will probably be the last lunchtime live stream I do for a while.
No.
We are going to, I had done this as a temporary thing just to kind of see how it worked. And quite frankly, it's been very active during the live stream. You guys have been great in chat. It's really good conversations in the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. They don't get much watch time after it's over. Like my Sunday live streams, I'll have a good audience interaction in the chat, and then people will continue to watch it. Because usually I have like a planned theme, something we're talking about, maybe a guest we're interviewing, something like that. The Wednesday streams are just me and Frank talking usually about whatever. So I'm probably going to quit doing the lunchtime live streams at some point. I definitely won't do one next week because we'll be driving south to Galveston at this time next week. The following week, it'll kind of depend on what's happening, but I don't think I'll have time because I'll be on that online course. And then the week after that, perhaps I will kick it back off again. So we'll see what happens with all that. Make it the Frank show. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all posted on that. Shifting gears to the positive for a second. I told Frank this the other day. I said, prepare yourself. Starting probably in January, maybe somewhere around Thanksgiving or so, but probably in January, I want to start doing my Sunday live streams every week. I want to start a weekly live stream on Sunday that is kind of like what Good Game Ham Radio does now on Wednesdays, or Cam9G does on Mondays, or Hosh does on Saturdays, something like that. I've been doing since January 2020. I've been doing a live stream on Sunday, the first and third Sunday of every month, and I've stuck to that. And it's been pretty easy to stick to it, especially with COVID and everything, because everything's gotten canceled. So I'm going to want to be doing some more. I want to expand that to a weekly show. I wouldn't mind doing it during a weekday. The problem with a weekday is that I have invited guests to come on and present their whatever about ham radio. Like I had Jordan from JS8 call on several weeks ago on my Sunday live stream. And I had Dave from Ham Pie. He was on my Sunday live stream. Well, those guys have jobs during the day, so they couldn't come on to a live stream in the middle of a weekday on Wednesday. I wouldn't mind just switching gears and putting everything on Wednesday, but I don't think that would be that would be as popular because I wouldn't be able to get as many guests on. So doing a Sunday night, I think, is probably what I'm going to do. And I want to go to an every week thing. So when I stop the lunchtime live streams, I'll probably expand to a normal weekly every Sunday live stream. And I'll want to get some guests to come on and talk to us about various stuff in amateur radio. So I'm going to kind of up the game on the Sunday live streams in lieu of canceling the Wednesday live streams. So anyway, that's where I'm thinking right now. I haven't made any definite decisions on that yet, but we'll see. So if I could get the Smoke and Ape to come on my channel, that would double my viewership right there. But We'll see.
The Smoking Ape double it?
Yeah. Double the viewership. Just to say the Smoking Ape's going to be on today. I'll get twice as many viewers.
So I just, as you were talking there, reached out to a local radio installation place to get that radio installed.
Oh, you still haven't done that?
Nope. But I reached out, so I'm waiting for to hear back from them now.
Crosspoint? So.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's who did the one in my pilot car. They did a good job. I thought they did good work. Oh. We'll see. But anyway. See, it's been almost an hour already. But he could come on and share some Miller Lite. Yeah. And share that with himself.
But we can do that on the Sunday streams.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
That reminds me.
Do it on this Wednesday streams. Right.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. We can't really drink. I mean, I could drink beer right now if I wanted to. I don't want to drink beer in the middle of the day, honestly. So my next normally scheduled live stream, speaking of the Sundays, is the Sunday of Labor Day, which is not this coming Sunday, but the following. Isn't it? Or no, it's just not this coming Sunday, but the following. I got my calendar screwed up in my head real quick. So it's going to be Sunday. What's today? Here, the September 6th. So being that it's a holiday weekend and most people don't have to work on Monday, I have invited all the YouTubers bunch to come onto the stream, and we're just going to do a happy hour the same way we did for the QSO today.
Oh, those were fun.
So that was fun. So I've invited the YouTubers bunch to come onto the stream. You will see probably just a big Zoom session with all of us on there. I might invite 2 or 3 other people besides the YouTubers bunch to join us. I don't know. Several people have responded that they're interested. So I don't know exactly how many we'll have. Probably between 6 and 10, I would guess, including myself. But yeah, that's going to be our next live stream. It's just going to be like, Happy Labor Day. What are you drinking tonight? That type of thing. We're just going to, in fact, and I've said this before, we recorded a YouTubers bunch video a couple weeks ago and we called it, well, it's a month or so ago now, but it posted a couple weeks ago. We called it a show about nothing. We said this is the Seinfeld episode. It's a show about nothing. It's just we just sat down and talked about ham radio for 45 minutes. And as I suspected, a lot of people love that. People come by and it's like, this is great. Do it again. Like, okay, we're going to do it again on a live stream. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So
do we have to bring that craft beer, or we're going to let the ape in there with a Miller?
No, it's going to be a nonpartisan happy hour. So bring and drink whatever you want to. No, he wants to drink Miller Lite on the stream. More power to him. That's fine. No, there will be no judgment passed on what you are or are not drinking. You want to come out of the stream and drink Dr. Pepper because you don't want to drink beer that night? That's fine too. It's Labor Day weekend. Most people don't have to work the following Monday because that's Labor Day. So I thought that'd be a good time to do it.
Cigars?
Sure. Yeah. Smoke a cigar. I don't care. So I have to click on this channel's not made for kids every time anyway. So especially when I have Bob on here. I mean, come on.
Really?
So
you have to do that for your normal streams?
You have to do that for everything. It's just the way YouTube's built nowadays.
So
Dr.
Pepper is good. No Fireball. No Fireball. Not a fan. Well, we are up to 94 viewers.
Awesome.
Yeah. Don says, rock on for cigars. Yes.
Somebody said Laura just got upgraded to a Cap 4. Let's see if I can pull it up again.
That was predicted earlier today when I was listening to the local news. You asked me if I ever had to scratch my nose. Ever since you've done that, I've done it like 4 times now.
Correct. Yeah.
Thanks, Jason.
That's how it works.
That's like saying don't think about an elephant.
Yeah. So let's go here. I'm going to go.
Yeah, the local news was predicting that, and the National Weather Service said they probably are going to upgrade it to a 4 sometime today.
Yeah. So this was updated less than an hour ago. This is just the Weather Channel. I'm not going to play this video because it's probably some kind of copyright something.
Now go to the National Weather Service Hurricane Center.
National.
It's just doing NWS Hurricane, and it should be about the first one in your results.
Oop.
And then they give you charts and things you can play with.
No. Active storms. Of that. I could get a better picture of it.
Yeah, then you can click on which one you want. There's
No, those aren't clickable. Well, I clicked on the this hurricane. It's Hurricane Laura.
Yeah, on the grid you can select timeline, projections, and other things. Of those pictures at the top, each of those will be a clickable link.
Yeah, they're clickable links. I'm looking for one that says projections. I don't see that. Flash flood potential warnings, cone interactive map. Maybe that's it. Okay, here we go. How's that? There we go. So, okay, Lake Jackson, Galveston. Okay, yeah, so this red here is storm surge warning. So Galveston storm surge, and there's the orange inside. So down at the legend down here, it says hurricane warning is orange and storm surge warning is red.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what. So this is orange. This orange line. Yeah. So so the island of Galveston is still under a hurricane warning.
Up to 100. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Does it say what the lines are? Just storm surge, not like a predicted surge level?
Not on this view. It doesn't. It says forecasted sustained winds greater than 110 miles an hour. Tropical, subtropical cyclone. Yeah. So.
Someone says activate the Cajun Navy. Pull up Zello. Oh my God.
Oh God, no! Thank you.
Great guys.
I mentioned a DMR talk group earlier, and again, they're not really saying anything on there right now. But
everyone's getting prepared, getting their
right.
diesel generator, their gas.
Right. So, Brandmeister Talk Group 3199 is the Hurricane Watch Talk Group. So I'll probably be monitoring that for the next couple days.
So that's a normal talk group I could put in my radio, right?
Yeah. Yes, but you'll need a hotspot to get to it.
Because none of the repeaters around here have that.
No, they don't. I should probably add it to my Seabridge so I can pipe it to some repeaters, because I bet that Steven down in Crockett would like it, and I wouldn't mind having it on my repeater actually. But decline. Come on.
Technology is great, ain't it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, get out the swear jar. What did we say?
Bob is in there.
Oh.
I saw Bob pop in there.
Yep, the Bob jar.
Yeah, the Bob jar. So
what time's that stream about beer?
7.
7?
Yeah, we'll do it at 7, our normal time.
It'd be a little late to sit outside. We'll start losing the sun for me. Unless you want to see Frank Ghosthead against a.
Just get yourself. You need a freaking. You got a week and a half, man. You need to get yourself a freaking portable light anyway. Get on Amazon and find a ring light. Find a daylight balanced ring light that you can set or clamp on a table that points at you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do have a desk lamp right now with a daylight light.
Does it have a daylight balance? Okay, then just use that. Just put that outside and point it at your face.
Yeah, well, that will work. I also got another one outside, and the whole background will be black because I'll be sitting outside, or it'll be against my wall, my house, just because I don't smoke inside.
Yeah. Right. No, I don't blame you there. Bob, K6UDA. Hey, buddy, we like to tease you, so thanks for being here. But regardless, seriously, Bob, put in the chat if you are planning on doing a live stream yourself tomorrow. I'll be happy to share it. I am not in the path of the hurricane up here in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's quite a ways from us. It's a good 5+ hours from we're 5 hours north of Galveston. We're probably about 10 hours from New Orleans, where it's supposed to hit real hard. So no, we're not in the path, but my beach house in Galveston, that's a VRBO type thing that we keep and maintain, is under a hurricane and storm surge warning right now. I drove down there yesterday to board up the windows on the house and drove back yesterday. It was a long day. But no, we're up here where we're at. We won't see any, we might see some rain and the humidity might be affected. Other than that, it's not going to really it's not gonna really hit us really hard. So good. Hey man, do you have a I see you're doing a live stream to it. So Bob does his live streams on Thursday. Which is one reason that I think he's been doing them longer than I have for the weekday type thing. And the one reason I picked Wednesdays because I didn't want to interfere with his Thursday. I think he normally does them at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Texas time. I think that's right. So put your details in the chat there, Bob. Let us know if you've got the link, if you've scheduled a link for your live stream tomorrow. Feel free to share that in there as well.
Well, I'm going to say 7:03.
All right, Frank.
Past 1.
It is. It's past 1 o'clock. So
y'all have a good rest of the stream and be safe out there. And if you're going to be in or around that hurricane area,
for sure. Yeah. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for joining us. I'll talk to you tonight.
Adios. Bye.
All right, later. So there's that. Okay. All right. So Bob says, 11 a.m. Pacific. You haven't scheduled it yet. Okay, cool, man. So you guys go subscribe to K6UDA Radio if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you probably already are. Make sure you watch Bob's live stream at 1 o'clock Texas time tomorrow, Thursdays. He's been pretty consistent about that last few months, something like that. So, in fact, I'll go ahead and take an opportunity to share my most recent video about live streams you should be watching right now. Shareable link here and there. Those are live streams. Those are all the live streams that I currently either participate in and or watch that are done on a weekly basis, and Bob is included in there. Bob, hopefully you've watched that video. So anyway, hey guys, that's good, Bob. But I don't have 45,000 people watching this one stream here, Bob. I just have like 90 right now. So, so maybe I'll get you some more that way. But no, hey guys, we'll go ahead and shut it down. We've been going for just over an hour. This is a lunchtime live stream. Really appreciate you guys being here. Everyone stay safe out there. For if you are in Louisiana area, if you're in the Houston, Galveston, Port Arthur, Texas area, Beaumont, Texas area, you guys stay safe out there. Evacuate if you have to. I might be doing some others. I might be doing some other stuff about the hurricane upcoming. We'll see. More to come on that later. Also, Saturday, on another note, Saturday, there's an FT8 contest that's going on. Saturday at 7 a.m. Central Time to Sunday at 7 a.m. It goes for 24 hours. Look up, I think it's called, hold on, I'm going to find a link to it because I'm going to say it wrong. Let's see, not that one, this one here. Contest calendar site is pretty slick. If you guys haven't ever used this. Bump. Here, there, that right there. This is really cool. I'm going to go to 12 month and scroll down here. This is July. Right. I know it's here. No, that's July. August. Where is it? I know it's in there somewhere. August 12th. I'm not down far enough. That's why. So, yeah, Worldwide Digi DX Contest right here. Okay, so this right, that's a weird freaking, oh, no, that's still a weird URL. This right here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to participate in this weekend. It's going to be FT8. I'm going to do mostly FT8, maybe some FT4 from my Flex Radio here at the house. Might be kind of fun. Looks like you can use legal limit, high power 1500 watts, low power 100 watts. FT4 and FT8 worldwide contest. That'll be fun. If you're a big fan of FT8, probably be a fun contest to participate in. Be a lot of stations on the air that aren't there. Kyle, AA0Z, and myself have talked about doing a live stream on Saturday during the contest. So nothing nailed down on that quite yet, but Kyle might do a live stream his own. I told him I was thinking about the same thing. We should do one together, and so we talked about that a little bit. and there is that. So we'll see what happens with that. But you guys participate in the contest if you can. If you care to do FT8, that's a good time to do it. So 73 all, thanks for watching. Everyone stay safe out there for the hurricane, and keep watching it, and monitor Brandmeister Talk Group 3199 for information that might come through. You guys have a good evening.